anything you went to that had a sign-in sheet, like the professional meetings or the community service day on Friday, we will input those, so you don't have to submit that if you signed in. But if not, anything else like tutoring hours or the pantry, anything like that, you need to be sure you go in and submit that, and an officer will go in and approve those at some point. If you submitted them, they haven't been approved, doesn't mean there's anything wrong. No one's just gotten in to approve those yet. So be sure to get those in soon. And then we also have our officer applications out starting today. So Allison is going to talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah. So applications are available now, and I'm going to put them on Jen's system tonight. But there's like 10 up here. If you're interested, please grab one. If you want to be more involved with Beta Alpha Sign, take a leadership role, we strongly encourage you to apply for the spring semester. These are due Friday, November 2nd at noon, or by noon, and then you can turn them into Dr. Shaw in his office in Connor 302.
And one thing to note about that is you can be a candidate with your officer. Like, you don't have to be like an already initiated member this semester. You can be a candidate this semester and apply. So that's really cool.
All right. Today we have Horne speaking, and we have Blake Pittman here. He is a cyber risk analyst at Horne Cyber Memphis. In Memphis, he received his Master of Professional Accountancy and Bachelor of Science in Business Administration Accounting from the University of Southern Mississippi, and his career has included serving public manufacturing and consumer goods companies in internal control consulting.
Thank you. Okay. Have you ever been driving home from school or work, and by the time you get home, you're like, how the hell did I get here? And it's just because whenever you're driving, the brain can go down to a level of activity that is almost sleep. So the only thing you're going to recall are things that are memorable, good or bad. Some of those things can be a Ferrari that zooms past you, or an obnoxious person that cuts you off and has a cowbell hanging on to them. So in order to be remarkable, I'm going to show y'all a couple of things that you need to have prepared so you can stand out whenever you're getting ready, and this will help relieve some of the stress with job searching, internships, leadership programs in the last few years of your college, and also the first few years of your career. I'm going to show you all a little motion picture that our marketing team put together of what it's like to work at Horne. And whenever you're watching this, think about what your values are, what your aspirations are, because it's important that those need to line up with the company you work for. Because otherwise you're going to be unhappy, you're going to burn out, you're not going to be productive, and you'll be looking for another school, another place to work within like a year or two. So this video shows a lot of the highlights of why I chose Horne.
We are Horne.
And we are building the Wise Firm.
Wise Firm is what we call our culture. Like many other cultures, ours is driven by our core beliefs, our mission, and of course, our behaviors.
But at Horne, it's much more. It's the energy we feel as a team. The it factor that makes us be us.
The Wise Firm is both who we are and who we aspire to be, an idea based on the biblical parable of the wise man and the foolish man.
In the parable, the wise man built his house on the rock, and the foolish man built his house on the sand. The storms came, the wind blew, the rain pelted down until the foolish man's house washed away. But the wise man's house, built on a strong foundation, stood against the storm.
We want our firm to withstand the storm, which in our world includes fierce competition and the swift currents of change. But to withstand the storm, we need to build a strong foundation. This is where the Wise Firm comes in. It acts as our blueprint, outlining the specific building blocks, and it looks like this.
What we believe. We believe in our solid foundation of we and service. We means that we are building the Wise Firm together, all of us. Every single person. And service is our purpose. It's our mission of creating value and making a difference. We know we are stronger together. We believe through collaboration that we can all achieve greatness. That's why people who focus on we, us, and our have an easier time succeeding here. And that's why we are excited to be on this trip.
That's a critical problem. material here. All right, so three things I want to go over with y'all is your resume, your relationships, and your realizations. And yes, I did stretch on the third one. I was going for alliteration here. So on your resume, just a second. While that's coming back up. So your resume needs to be completely updated, and it needs to be a living, breathing document. Always keep it updated, and as accountants, it's very important that your resume is accurate with spelling and grammatical errors, and it also needs to be just one page. Multiple pages, I mean, we don't even read a paragraph in like a post or anything that's longer than a paragraph, not scale. So resumes need to be short, sweet, to the point, and also have multiple people proof your resume. And if you're going for multiple jobs, let's say you have an audit position at this company, this company, and this company, the job requirements aren't the same in all three of those companies to be an auditor or a tax person or whatever you want to be. So look on the job descriptions and match your qualifications to what the job description is. Now don't lie, be ethical about it, but that will help you. So whenever the recruiter or whoever is reviewing your resume, they see that, oh, okay, I see how this qualification matches up with our requirements here. Somebody could have told me. This would work. Take advantage of your career services whenever you're updating your resume, because this is a very important document. But not only does your resume exist on that one piece of paper, this also goes to your LinkedIn and your social media presence. So how many people in here would go on a date with someone that has they don't have any social media, Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, nothing. The only thing you can find about them is an article on Google about how they won a middle school science major. Like, it's just not going to happen. Recruiters like to see an online presence of the people that they're wanting to employ, especially someone with a face attached to that profile. So if you have your LinkedIn, so we're going to do a little visual exercise. If everybody can stand up and take out their phone, if you have it. Okay. So So, does everybody have a phone number? Perfect. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to list out a qualification. If you don't have it, just sit down and you're out of the game. And so, but if you do have it, you can remain standing. So everyone, whoever has a LinkedIn profile and is on their phone, keep standing. Okay, if you have a LinkedIn profile and you have a professional photo on your LinkedIn profile, keep standing. If you have a LinkedIn profile and you are connected with one of your classmates, keep standing. It doesn't have to be in here, but just one of your classmates. All right, if you're connected with 5 of your classmates. If you're connected with one of your professors. If you follow a company that you are in pursuit of a job on your LinkedIn, keep standing. If you follow more than one company that you're in pursuit of a job. If you have posted an article in the last month, if you have posted an article in the last week on your LinkedIn, Starbucks keep going. All right, so our firm is going through something, and it has to do with all of us business professionals. Yes, we're accountants, but number one, we are business people. We need to make connections, and we need to try to make money. We're not doing accounting services for free. So in your LinkedIn profile, those are the same criteria that we graded on at our firm. And it helps that you have that online presence so people can see. And it's helpful. I mean, you don't really think about it, but when I'm at work all day and I'm instant messaging people and I see their little face pop up on my screen on the Skype, and I'm like, oh, okay, friendly face. But like, if you don't see that, it kind of makes things impersonal. You don't realize that you get well into your career, and like any given day, I'm around 7 screens. And so just to see that face and make it a little more personable is good. So does anybody know what an elevator pitch is?
It's like 30 seconds to like really like say who you are, what you're about, and what you're interested in.
Exactly. Could you give us an example of yours?
Well, if I were going to get an elevator pitch, I would say that my name's Hannah, and I'm a senior accounting major, and you can get the business from there.
That's good. That's a very good start. You want to always add something personal in your elevator pitch. Now, I've seen this happen with someone get on the elevator that was a new hire. I was also a new hire. Get on the elevator with someone very, very important at the firm, and they were cut off. They were taking too long to spit out their story. So your elevator pitch needs to, and this also can go in your bio on your LinkedIn profile. It needs to be safe. You don't need to have on there, hey, my name's Blake Pittman, I'm in Horne Cyber, I have a tattoo of my cat Houdini, and I can chug a beer in 2 seconds, and I'll balance the crap out of a T-chart. Like, that's not a good one. That's not safe. You want to be succinct. I don't need to know where you went to middle school and that you were homeschooled through high school. You have 18 brothers and sisters. Like, that's good personal stuff, but it takes you too long to get through the story. So it needs to be simple. So my elevator pitch is, hey, I'm Blake Pittman. I work in Horne Cyber. I like to poke holes in processes and systems, and I like to play paintball and hike on the weekends to keep me sharp. So that's all somebody would need to know about me, just in that brief minute, or on my bio on LinkedIn. Add a little bit of personal, but keep it professional and safe, succinct, and simple. When you connect with someone on LinkedIn, send a brief message. Let them know, like if it was a presenter, hey, I enjoyed this about your presentation. If it's someone you meet in person, say, hey, I enjoyed talking to you about this, and this. Don't just like cold call somebody and like drop a friend request to them on LinkedIn. Unless you met them in person or are going to meet them after. And so keep personal stuff on your personal platforms. I mean, if your dog got his head stuck in a bucket, it's fine, but it probably doesn't belong on your LinkedIn. And so to be consistent with your online image and be relevant with what you post. It's okay to be sending out relevant information, but be consistent with what you're doing. If you're passionate about this, I'm passionate about this, and let people know, oh, if I want to find out about this topic, I can go to this person's LinkedIn page. I know they put something out there that I would want to see. And then social media, do the grandma test with everything you post. If you wouldn't talk about it to your grandma, probably wouldn't put it on social media. This is all of your social media. Think through what you're posting and how it could affect you in your future job. If they're doing manager evaluations and become friends with people at your company, and then you add them on Facebook or Snapchat, and they see some of the stuff that you're putting out there, be thoughtful about that. Would you want them to see that? And then employers generally research the online presence of candidates. And so this was kind of like the LinkedIn thing earlier. They like to see that you have some type of online presence. And your personal brand is all flows through this. Be consistent. Know what your values are. Find your passion areas. So your first few years of your career are going to be the most important to find what you're passionate about. I have looked around. I have switched over and over to figure out what it is, and that's okay. Go ahead and get those mistakes out of the way and figure out what it is that you want to do, what you're passionate about, what you're not going to burn out to do. Find a role model or a mentor. I have several role models, and I have several mentors. With your mentors, schedule like a lunch or a dinner with them every 6 months or so, just to keep in. Some of my mentors are professors that I went to school with, and I'll keep up with them and message with them every 6 months or so, and like, hey, how are you doing? Catch up. This is what I'm going through, and they're like, oh, I've been there, or I know someone who has been there. This is what you should do. It's very, very helpful. Okay, so your relationships. This is, I wouldn't have the job I have now if it wasn't with somebody I went to school with that referred me to this job. And that was from grad school 3 years ago. And so your classmates, your professors, if you're in an internship, your other interns, stay connected with those. Get involved. So y'all are already in Beta Alpha Psi, so you already have a leg up on everybody else out there. Student government, get in that. Any kind of organization that will get you involved, get you connected to other people, and kind of broaden your spectrum. Because, everybody can be an accountant. You're learning the same technical skills as everybody else. If you're in Beta Alpha Psi, you have the qualifying GPA to get you into Beta Alpha Psi. So get involved, separate yourself from the people you're already around. I know Horne has a couple of leadership programs, and if you're younger in, I guess if you're freshmen and sophomores, this will probably be more for you, juniors and seniors as well. But we have a leadership program. The applications will be coming out at the end of this year. Generally, it's in New Orleans. I think it's going to be somewhere, some other little snazzy city this year. And that'll be summer 2019. Internship opportunities. This is the link that we have for Horne. If you follow that link, our recruiters are directly, you can contact them directly there. It has their email and phone numbers. All right, your realizations. Do some soul searching. Figure out what you value the most. And so, if you don't let a company tell you who you are, you find out who you are, and then find a company that aligns with that. You'll have a ton of distance in your career if that's a mismatch from the get-go. If you don't feel like it's a yes, it's probably a no. Make sure you have that gut feeling that it's a yes. I got you some links right here. One is Myers-Briggs personality test. Never done that. It tells you what kind of worker you're going to be, what kind of manager you could be, what kind of friend you are, parent. It's got a lot of helpful stuff in there. And then visual DNA, it's a personality test. It's just a picture test. You just click on there. It's pretty easy. I'll send y'all this PowerPoint too. And that one tells you kind of like what your outlook on life is, what kind of integrated you are, what kind of technology adopter you can be. It's pretty interesting stuff, but that's just to get you started on learning yourself. But that's some of the stuff that you may find helpful in becoming remarkable. Hopefully you don't have a cowbell part, but so what questions do you have? Yes.
So you talked a lot about LinkedIn,
Yeah.
and I know that there are a lot of options of kind of like skills and everything you've done. You can add to your profile. What would stand out to you most if you were looking at a candidate's profile? What they have on there?
As far as skills?
Just like would you be more interested to see like there's options for like volunteering or kind of skills you've gained in school, or like what kind of things would you care more about, like the education section, or what do you think is the most important thing to have updated?
if I'm already looking at your LinkedIn profile, you've been vetted on your GPA, you've been vetted on the school that you went to. I'm looking at, will I like working with this person? Do they seem personable? What are they involved in? Are they gonna be workaholic? Like, are they only involved in work and that's it? Like, that's all you can talk to them about. Like, I'm not the only one. Everyone I've worked with will tell you it's about the people that you work with. So that's one of the big things is, does that person's personality shine through on their LinkedIn profile? Or is it just, I had a 4.0 GPA at this school, Does that answer your question?
I have a more personal question about you. So how did you get into the position that you're in now, and like what kind of work do you do within the cyber?
So I was asked to come over into the position that I'm in now. And I was at another firm, and then they asked me to come to this firm. And then once I was in the first practice group, they asked me to go into a second practice group because of my past experience. What I do is I make sure that companies' IT systems are resilient against cyber attacks. So there's a lot of internal controls, and then we get to basically, part of our group does penetration tests. So they will go in and they will hack the company's system to see where the holes are. And then our side of it, we will do kind of like the people side and then see how their systems are set up and do the holes on that side. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
What are your thoughts about posting about political things on your social media? As someone trying to like get an internship or
I believe everybody should have a voice, and I believe being political and having a vote, as long as you're contributing positively to the campaign process, I believe that is okay. I personally would not discriminate against someone based on their political beliefs. Now, if you got into some really sensitive areas, if you have to think twice about it, take caution. But if voicing your opinion on your personal page, I personally don't have a problem with, as long as it's pretty safe. But to me, it shows that, I mean, there's a ton of people our age that don't even vote. And so it's important that people are involved in the political system. Be safe though, think through, and you might want to filter it through a couple of people like, hey, do you think this might be offensive? If not, people of your same political party and also different political parties. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Do you think that, like, as we get more into like technology, how that's evolving and changing, that it's smart for students to take courses in data analytics or get degrees that, you know, incorporate that?
Absolutely. Data analytics is a huge thing. One of the partners in our group just started a program called Data Analytics, and it's a big thing now. Aside from data analytics, though, I would also focus on soft skills, emotional intelligence, because those are things that are actually setting us apart. Since technology is taking over a lot of the technical skills that we've formed in the past. But don't discount your data analytics.
How did you like get to the point you're at? Like, what did you do to learn the skills you need for the job you have, like in the cyber risk position?
So the cyber risk this is something you don't necessarily learn in school unless you probably have an information systems degree. Now, if you're in an auditing background, which is what I have, is a lot of controls and substandard testing. And so you won't do as much of the substandard test because it's not financial necessarily, but you will do a lot of the controls. And if you can understand how controls are supposed to work, like your segregation of duties, and that is easily transferable over. And so they didn't have to teach me that. I just have to learn the little cyber aspect of it. It's just a little niche piece of the auditing as well. Does that answer? Okay.
Anybody else have any other questions? Okay, let's go around to the laws first.
And that's my email if y'all have any questions or if you need me to look over a resume and profile, and I'll give you this presentation. So,
Thank you so much. We're going to have to fit out the sign. We really appreciate you coming. Just a few reminders again, hours are due on November 9th at midnight. So that's coming up soon. Be sure you're on top of those service hours, professional meeting hours. Our next meeting will be November 1st with UI at 6 o'clock. So we'll send out some more. I'm not sure, you know where that is off the top of your head. Connor 211, but we'll send out a reminder with definite location. And if anybody has any questions about submitting hours or anything like that. Oh, also the YouTube link for the videos. If you need to go back and watch any meeting videos, it is BAP Alpha Theta Chapter. So we'll try to get a link posted for that soon, so you'll have that. But if you just go on YouTube and search that, it'll pull up our channel, and all the videos are posted on there. And you'll just go into Jen, write your paragraph or outline, the summary of the meeting, and submit that for professional meeting hours. Thank y'all.